Going on YouTube? Gonna switch gears again, or switch gears here. This is today. It's rained a lot. I'm in Kentucky, and that ditch is never that full. So anyway, took my phone out, decided to record it. Why not? Um, it's never like that, and it's been raining a ton. So what this video is going to have in it, besides this, is the reef tank. This reef tank has definitely tested my patience. Um, I wouldn't say tested them really. It's helping them grow, and as my family grows and this reef tank grows, it's all a good learning experience for me. Um, the nitrites and nitrates um, are still detectable. The nitrites more so. Um, I think what happened is I think that I added too much ammonia and I kept dosing ammonia. Um, and for whatever reason, I would dose a couple drops of ammonia every other day or every day or whatever. Even whenever nitrite started to skyrocket, and whenever I should have stopped dosing ammonia. So I think that's what's stalling the cycle. But as you can see here, it is the lights are never on the tank, but it is getting some algae in it. So in my opinion, I guess, and from what I've read, that's a good sign. That means that things are moving, albeit they're moving slowly, but they're moving. So that's perfect. Um, and I don't think that I've done anything else wrong here. I'm making my own water. I've dosed pure ammonia in there. Like I said, I think I just put too much ammonia in there. And I'm not running the light at all during the cycle. So I just turned the light on for the viewing purposes at this point. The cube sump has been amazing. Um, I think I made another rookie mistake whenever I cleaned the collection cup on the skimmer. I think I cleaned it a little bit too well. I have to remember that sometimes you can't over clean things, but here you can see that I removed the filter sock. It was noisy at first, but it did die down a little bit, so there's not any mechanical filtration in this sump whatsoever. The filter sock, I don't know, it was something about changing it a lot. It was kind of a pain to get to, so I just removed it. If I need to polish the water, I have a couple of other options that'll allow me to polish the water and clean it or whatever. But for right now, I'm going to let the skimmer do its job. So the bad thing about this sump is the where the water comes from the tank to the sump. It actually goes into the skimmer section and the refugium. And once it hits the refugium, it goes directly into the return chamber. So it bypasses the skimmer. So that's a bad thing. But at the same time, this sump worked perfect for what I needed it to work for. So I'm satisfied with it. Um, like I said, I had to make some modifications to it before, but I'm fine with it. Um, and I don't know, I'm doing a voiceover here, so I don't know if the video is actually choppy or if it's my computer being ridiculous at the moment. But this is the living room. Christmas is full, come and gone actually. When this is recorded, this was Christmas has not made it here yet, so you can see the 75 in the background. And it's doing well. I'll do a video on it probably within the next week or two. And also, as a reminder, if you have not watched my refractometer video, I'm running a contest. I'm giving that away. And all you have to do is share the video. So if you haven't watched that video, go watch it, share it, comment, and you can have a chance to win it. So here, actually, I intended to put the audio from this in the video, and I may go back and edit it a little bit, but I just wanted to show you how quiet this is. And actually the audio might be there. I forgot I got my speakers turned down. But this is super quiet. You can't hear anything. And even whenever the water starts to go down the emergency drain, you only hear a little trickle. So it's not really that loud. But overall, I'm a fan of this drain. The only thing is whenever the return pump is shut off and it turns back on, I don't know if I'm being impatient, but it takes a little while to dial it back in to get the full siphon. So I started the reef, testing the reef with the API freshwater test kit, and it was all right for the time being. But I picked up the Red Sea Marine test kit, and I love it. It's super easy to use. The instructions could not be any clearer. Literally, they're pictures with step-by-step instructions on the back of the cards here. So they're super easy to follow. And I got the iPad out, so that I could do so I could time how long the test of ran their course, whatever. So the one thing to note here is the nitrite test kit takes 16 ml of water. The nitrate takes 5 ml. So it's I mean, it's I think it was like $50 for this test kit, but I highly recommend this test kit. I haven't used a lot of them. I'll probably stick with this one. Um, so I'm completely thrilled with it. And there in the background, you can see the Milwaukee in the background, and that thing is awesome too. I mean, literally press a button and it'll tell you the exact salinity. So it worked out perfect for me. So here, the camera's going to get shaky, but what I've tried to do is I've tried to record actually doing the tests. So like I said, the camera might get a little shaky, and I'm trying to focus on through the camera lens versus looking over the lens. I don't have a tripod or anything. It's something I need to invest in. So for this particular test, it takes 5 drops, and then what has to happen is the little cylinder there, the little tube, needs to be closed off and shaken for 10 seconds. After that, I think we put in solution B, which is powder. Yes. This is really hard to do one-handed. I'm surprised that I've done it so well, actually. You know, not to toot my own horn or anything, but it's pretty difficult to do. See here, I got the little scooper ready, but I didn't take the lid off. And once again, I'm doing this one-handed, so I'll have to go back and do it again because I failed to take the lid off of there, and I didn't want to set that scoop down because it'll tip over real easy. They're super small. So after the 5 drops, we put 1 scoop of solution B in. After this, the lid goes back on the little test tube and it's shaken for a minute. So 60 seconds. I didn't record that. Nobody wants to sit here and watch me shake that thing for 60 seconds. No pun intended. Now we got a little scoop of C. This is shaken for 10 seconds. And then at this point, it's if I remember correctly, then we wait 9 minutes for the test results. And this is the nitrate test results right here. So I don't know if you count it or not. I'm not counting that, but it was approximately 10 seconds. So next, the nitrite. So on this one, we do 1 drop. See if I can get it right. There we go. After that, we're done with the droppers on the nitrite and nitrate tests. Which with this test kit, they use the same thing, except for one of them uses B and the other one doesn't use B. So for the most part, they're the same thing. So after we shake this, actually remember to take the lid off, and we'll take 1 scoop of C. So I mean, I've used this test kit for a month or so now, and I still follow these directions to a T. You know, I guess it's one of them things where I've gotten lazy. I could remember how to do it, but at the same time, I have the instruction sheet right in front of me, so I'll use my cheat sheet any day of the week. So at this point, shake it for 10 seconds, then we'll flip over this card and it'll have the readings on it, and after 9 minutes we'll know exactly what the test comeback is. And once again, the nitrites are super high, and the nitrates are, they're alright, they're up there a little bit, but I really need to get rid of the nitrites. So I actually started the timer to count down from shaking. So I had to remember that it was a plus or minus 2 minutes there. But this piece of equipment is super easy to use. That's just RO water in the cup. So I'm just going to put a drop, fill in the little sphere or whatever, and read it. And only reason I'm doing this is I want to make sure that it's kind of zeroed out, I guess, per se. And 1.000 is good for RO water. That's what it should read. Which means that if it reads the 1.000 with your RO water, the salinity test will come back accurate also. Once again, I'm doing this one-handed, so I'm doing the best that I can with the equipment that I have here. So I just put the excess water back in the tank, and we'll do a read again. So 1.026, good in my books. 1.024, 25 or 26, good in my books. I usually try to keep it at 25, 26, somewhere around there. This is just I don't remember if that's the calibration fluid that'll zero it out, or if it's the seawater. So yep, that's the seawater. So 1.026. So we're good to go there. I don't do these tests every time, but every once in a while I do check. So these are the test results at the end. As you can see, the nitrites are completely off the chart, and the nitrates they're up there pretty good. I would love to see them nitrates go down completely, and nitrates go up, and that way I could actually start putting livestock in there. I started the cycle on October 25th, so it's been a full 2 months now that this tank is cycling, and I was hoping I'd get a month, and I still have some cecum stability I could put in the tank, but at this point, I'm just going to wait it out and we'll see what happens. So another interesting thing here is, I don't know that I captured it so well, but here in Kentucky, it's been really humid. The ground is kind of cold, but it's been really humid and really warm out. So it's really weird because I've been getting condensation on all of my lines that I'm making water with, and I didn't capture it real well. So what I've been trying to do is wrap them up with towel so that water doesn't fall down. So I actually got the rock work basically like I wanted it. And what I'm doing here is I'm making water. So I did a large water change. I took out probably 90% of the water and made new salt water and put it back in the tank so that I could hopefully not necessarily speed up the cycling process, but I can get a better grasp on it and I can take control of the cycling process. Um, I have the patience. I'm good with it, but I just wanted to make sure that this thing isn't going to go for 6 months or anything. But the only thing running in this video at this point is at MP10, and the water's not high enough yet to reach the overflow, and it makes very good water movement in this cube. It's going to be perfect for me. So once again, I've done probably a 90% water change, put new water in there, and this is probably how I'll leave the rocks. It's about 10, 15 rocks situated there. This tank will be viewed from 3 different angles, primarily from the left and the right. So I wanted a like a kind of a cave type situation. I guess it's what we all want, but I wanted some shadows in there. But I also wanted the front of it opened up so that I could put stuff down on the floor of the tank there. And it worked out pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Short of something getting in the sand bed and completely digging it out, I think everything's going to work out perfect. And actually, all of the rock that I had in the tank at the beginning of the video, which is what I started cycling with, I kind of just set it all in the tank and started cycling it so I could pick my pieces out. I only had one piece left over, and I had a couple suggestions to throw it in the sump, and that's exactly what I did. It's a pretty good sized rock, so I threw it in the refugium section of the sump, and you'll see that here. So that'll give me some more filtration there. I should have enough room for some microalgae if I want to put it in there. Of course, I need to get a light and whatnot for it, but I have another Kessel I could run on there on the opposite time frame if I need to. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the more reef updates, everybody.